Is there any better career mode feeling when you load up the game knowing the only thing you've got to do before play a game is sign a goal scorer? Great result last time out, but we need that striker with Luca. Yeah, he's just not doing it for me. We need someone of higher caliber. Okaronko on the bench not playing. We've got Josh Doigers that backup. Tim, Hilson, Irie, Brasco. It's all looking good. Sardella into that first 11. We've gone through this in the previous videos. But yeah, we're going straight on to signing a striker off screen. It's been 3 days since the last episode, and I've been thinking of real life strikers, then loading into the game myself and seeing who is available, who looks the best. And this is the shortlist. I haven't gone with major clubs apart from Inter because I know the City is kind of struggling and City A players like to go to the Premier League. But I didn't want to take from Arsenal, Manchester City, Barcelona, Real Madrid. I've just slipped on this one man from a massive club, which is Ademola Lookman, who could potentially return to Everton, but no. I'm going to mark these off in order because it's the first thing we've got to do, and then we have got to continue the form we're on. We're up to second after 3 straight wins, are winning the cup, and Burnley next. West Ham can still go above us if they score some goals, but I am completely happy with Everton's start. We just need this striker, and I am skipping through a lot of names here because I do have in my mind the Keane shortlist. And speaking of Keane, Moise Keane's at the bottom because, of course, we had Johan Bonney, who I've just took off, who is the starter at Inter. As these 4 are the options. Please don't get a little bit upset if I don't pick the one you're after. I know these aren't all expensive, should I say? Can't speak. Moise Keane is the most expensive at 54 million, and we do have 71 million to spend. Obviously, we've got January this season, and a January where we do have some easy games, meaning today we've got to play some tough ones. I want to play Chelsea. I do want to play Liverpool. Maybe I'll play one in this month, which is a hard month. And we've got to play Burnley in this home game, introducing the striker we need to go for. There's no bids in for any of our players, I've got to say that. And I have spoke on the Serie A. Being kind of weak, and Santiago Jimenez is kind of over the hill for me of potential. So he's off. Moise Keane, I'm going to take him off as well. I'm not here for Everton reunions, I'm here for quality. Castro looks more, or should I say better than Tieno Barry. He's 22-year-old, 82 rated. But there's something about this man. Marcos Leonardo of Al Hilal. His contract is expiring. He's only 24 still. He reminds me of Richarlison because in the first season when we did sign Luca, I won't lie to you, off screen I really did look at Richarlison for a comeback. And 52 million's acceptable, which was his price tag before I saw his contract was over. Very soon. So I said to myself, I'll pay the full price and I'll bring Marcus Leonardo in. Yeah, it just reminds me of Pigeon Man. So he's going up front in this team. Now Sardella and Mikolenko are low rated, but that is getting better for Everton. Let's not forget as well, he was... okay, after some success. I was going to say he's a quality striker being at Benfica in Europe, where we want to be ourselves. With Jordan Pickford out now, 3 weeks. Travis we did trust a little bit last season, so I'm going to have to put my trust in him. And I'm definitely going to have to play against Burnley now. Which I actually said to myself in my head, I might not do. Burnley, come on, I think you're better than that. You could have just wore your claret and blue to stop a minor kick clash. But hey-ho, you want to be difficult, and I want Sardella to cause difficulty as Gomez into Marcus Leonardo in his first game on the edge of the box. Now, we haven't gone for much pace again. Could have gone for a little bit more. Could have had more in Castro, but this man shooting was a lot better. I like it. I like it a lot. Josh Laurent, we should be beating Burnley right here. Need to get a tackle on Hannibal. Don't, just keep forcing them back. We'll get the ball back at one point, and we do through João Gomez. Absolutely brilliant player and brilliant signing from last season. Plus, there's a Brazilian link-up. I didn't want to go too out there with the nationalities, as Tyler Diblin is on a roll this season. What a save, though. What a save, Radu. A decent keeper. I think he's from Udinese, as let's try a corner tactique. I think that was Leonardo, waiting for the ball to arrive to him. Half-time, however, against Burnley. And I'm not too disheartened. It's only 45 minutes for Marcos. He still needs to learn that target forward role, which obviously Luca has kind of on lock due to his height in the team and obviously that presence that he does bring. But I do want a more balanced striker. And that's why Leonardo is here. He steps away and potentially could have an assist here. He gives it onto our number 10. Iliman Ndiaye, defender can't catch up with Ndiaye, who scores after a first 45 minutes of absolutely nothing. It's his first goal of the season. Finally something from the higher-rated winger. Tyler Diblin had to do some heavy carrying. Now we've just got to press on them. And Ndiaye wins the ball back straight away. And I think there was an injury there. Don't like to see that at all. Can we try and set up Leonardo? That was very offside movement. I expect a bit better than that. And in the 77th minute, I'm trying to get my changes through. There's an injury here. Dewsbury Hall is coming off for Hilson, meaning the yellow card doesn't mean much because he is off the field. I do want to keep Mark Travers safe, and I want to go from 5 wins out of 5. Continue the run after this with some simulations, but we still need to beat Burnley here. Dewsbury Hall not off the field for some reason when I subbed him off. No, Garner. Garner's got a yellow card as well, as we can't dilly-dally with the ball. Hannibal, so close. There's fragility in this team with Crystal Palace in the next game. That's why I rotated players, and I did want to prioritise a cup, but with how the league's going, my hands are kind of tied. But we don't have tiredness, which is new. Rotation has gone down because a lot of players have asked to play. Oh, but we're out of the cup. We're out of the cup. Our first defeat is to Strand Larsen. The bloody nuisance to go and condemn us, but that's a clean sheet for Travers, and we are winning in the Premier League. Winning handsomely as well. Iliman Ndiaye's on form today, and that's Leonardo's first goal. A 4-0 thrubbing of Bristol. Now, the fixtures have been nice to us, but 1 goal conceded in 6 Premier League games. Now, at the time of recording, the Oscars was last night, and I like to watch my films. I watch the Oscars, and this man deserves one. Jake O'Brien, since he made that switch, A, has been phenomenal, but B, I saw was wanted. I did say one of you guys' comments below, and thank you for that. I really appreciate you changing my mind. I was going to keep him at right back, as Tyler Diblin's our best attacking output. I want him up to an 82 because he's only 21. If anything, his price tag's going to go up. And Jordan Pickford, does he get back in? Travers keeping clean sheets, and it's his former club next in AFC Bournemouth, which hopefully he's really motivated for. And it is another goal conceded, so potentially comes out the team. And who the heck's Maguire? Who the heck's scoring for us in our 7th straight win? Oh, it's a right back on the bench. The 17-year-old Irishman. We moved O'Brien out of the way, of course, into centre-back, and I never thought you guys telling me to scout for the next Seamus Coleman would come true all so suddenly. Doesn't get him straight back into the team, however, to start a game. The only man coming straight back in is Jordan Pickford. As this is a test, it's Tottenham. 3rd against 1st at the Hill Dicky, and as you can see, they're not even out yet. Igor Tudor not releasing his team. And we need our team to continue. Could we make it 8 straight wins or 9? In the Premier League, at least, we are out the Carabao Cup, which is a disappointment. But I thought that would be a way into Europe. It's not a reliable way, and the Premier League kind of is. If you use the momentum from it, Leonardo tries to turn out Kevin Danso. How are Tottenham not still in the Championship? Anyway, I'll let it slide. I've made that joke before on this channel, and it has come back to bite me. Matthias Tell's always a decent player. It's Thuram up front for them, and Mohamed Kudus gets it into Gallagher. That is our 3rd conceded goal in the Prem. Notice to Max, a mental note. Never ever slag Tottenham off, because they'll score against you. Fine goal, that one. And now Garner, get us going again, please. We need to try and attack once more. It's Dewsbury Hall coming down this right-hand side. No Tyler Diblin, and it's took us a very long while to get involved ourselves. João Gomes off it. The whole team off it. We wanted form to carry us through. Pedro Porro into Kudus. Conor Gallagher's on the ball again. That's the brilliant slide tackle coming in. Xavi Simons, though, onto Pedro Porro. A big save, Jordan Pickford. England's number 1. I say England's number 1. With us still searching here against Spurs. Iliman Ndiaye can't get a pass across the box anywhere, so the number 10 cuts back inside. Gardner onto João Gomes, our best player from this current season, and Tyler Diblin. No, it's Marcus Leonardo. Side netting. I didn't think it was a save. I thought he'd either missed or put it in the back of the net, as that's a jump from him in the box. Sardella, Dewsbury Hall. Sardella, one of our lowest rated right backs. You've got to test Vicario better. We've got Tottenham backpedaling. Okay, maybe Lorenzo Lucha on for these headers inside the box. Pedro Porro's 1-2 in a row now. I don't want to see our defeat come to Spurs in this Premier League run. And that's a tackle by O'Brien. He tries to slide it through again, however. Mikalenko was scrapping in that CDM position. João Gomes has improved, same as Garner. Just need our attackers to improve slightly a bit more. Pedro Porro is catching us up. Oh, you've got to pass the ball better. Even if it's just a 1-2. Even if it's just a little knock, because now Tottenham Hotspur knocking on our door a little bit. That is terrible from O'Brien. And that's the second time in this episode we've ended the game like that, with the defender making a mistake. Arsenal next, then Newcastle. Could turn into a rough month. Or months, because look at that. We've got Manchester United the month after that. Liverpool straight after that. Obviously, we've got to play Liverpool. I said January would be the hard month, and at least we've got team rotation right, because that team does look fit enough to give Arsenal a run for their money. And it's got fitter. It's on legendary mode like usual, and that's a defeat. That's 3 goals conceded, which actually is more depressing for me. And 2 defeats to the North London rivals. It's followed up by a 0-0 draw against Newcastle. At least we'll get a point out of the simulation. And a win against Manchester United. Irie on the score sheet and Gardner. Fantastico. His former club beaten, but this is the big one. Another view this episode of Moisey taking training. But it is the Merseyside derby on the Hill Dickey dock, so come on please. Don't let us down. We've conceded to Ekitike at the start of this game before. I remember it, and 1 win and 1 draw doesn't mean we are back on form. We should still be in the top 4. Above Liverpool, Chiesa. Don't know what he's still doing at the club, and he cuts around us very well. Good job, Jordan Pickford's alert. Keep him and Pickford far away from each other, as far away as possible, please, as Tyler Diblin, now that 82 rated, drills the ball into the midfield. It is Gardner pushing forward into Mikalenko, who Man United could use now. Casemiro in real life's hit some form, but he's leaving. And Gardner again, he can chip that into the middle. That's a brilliant ball towards Leonardo. Before won back by Gomez. And now we're approaching the end of this first half. It's not as boring as previous seasons' derbies, because they were awful. But this could be better. If it's Leonardo to score it, he tried to turn against McAllister. Mamadashvili to dash it away, and Ekitike loses the header. Don't stoppage this game. I still want to win. I don't care if we were first in the league or bottom. That was a decent idea. Reversing the ball into Dewsbury Hall in the middle. Mikalenko comes across. Ekitike comes across. Jared Branthwaite steps inside. Gravenberch just easily takes that up. Dominic Szoboszlai, one of the world's best players at the moment, dribbling forward. Need to put a stop to him as Dewsbury Hall gets around him. He will be staying on despite the substitutes being made. I think he's been good in this game. And Dye stays on. Tyler Diblin comes off as he's not been really noticeable. As Marcus Leonardo, he's coming off. What a save there. And Luca, I see him with his hand up, being marked by the number 2. It's over his head to O'Brien. Sardella onto Irie. He's another tall player as Sardella. No, you cannot lose the ball in a crucial position. Leaving Liverpool for a bit of a counter-attack, but both teams cancelling each out today. But again, if that's another slip-up, at the end of a game, I'm going to be horrified. Branthwaite makes up for it. João Gomez doesn't get it away. Come on, Liverpool on the attack. The Hill Dickey. Don't let it happen. Don't let it happen. McAllister doesn't get the goal off. Or get the pass off for a goal. I was thinking. I thought, just never going through to Szoboszlai, but it does. And it even goes down the middle. I've never felt more destroyed, and they actually do move above us. They're unbeaten in the league. We've conceded 8 goals now, so we're nothing special at the back anymore. And our aim was only Europa League football. Speaking of European football, Marcus Leonardo's gone up 1, but I do think he did miss some massive chances in that previous game. Pickford's gone up as well. We've got Sardella and Mikalenko to 80s. The whole squad is 80. João Gomez 84, so maybe we should warrant chasing Champions League a little. Why not live for that, as this is the man I wanted to see. No, I'm not typing in Como. I'm typing in Tierno Barry, who is an 80 rated. His potential going down. Must have not done well there so far. And are they in Europe? I don't know why I cared so much. I don't see them in the Conference League, and I don't see them in the Champions League. So, yeah, it's gone to a non-European pushing club, and not improved. But we are the least to talk about non-improvers, because we've been on a little bit of a decline, with, granted, tough fixtures, and we do get a win against Brentford, and we don't get a win against West Ham. Fernandes in the last minute. This is all getting dark and dicey, as I think the next game is against Brighton, which is a team pushing us to get over us into this Champions League chase. Although I wanted to play Chelsea today, they're down in 10th. Maybe we leave it after Brighton, which is 1 above Chelsea anyway. So yeah, we're in the December month, and this game is crucial to this Everton season. And crucial to keeping some players, because we're getting some interesting bids in. especially for January. Interesting. But if we win this game, I think we should be good to go into January, if we do well against Chelsea and then beat the teams that are below us, to be in a Champions League spot. Looking for a potential another signing. I was going to say at fullback, but our defence could remain untouched. Mikalenko, really good in game for me, just shepherding out Yakuba Minte. Really good work. Yeah, maybe he doesn't get replaced. And Sardella's frankly new. Maybe if a player is to come in, a player has to go out, because we've only got around 16 million. Mitoma's feet work is very good, but this is a drab game, and they're a potential team to grow. So if we stop the growers at source, it would be good. That is a good finish by Matt O'Reilly. We're going to have to do it again. We're going to have to go again. We're going to have to dig in deep here, away at the Amex this time. Didn't mention that, of course, you know, the kit is on. A kit I want to get into the Champions League with. That's terrible. Tyler Diblin running straight into someone at source. Not good. Not good at all. But before half-time, if we could get level. Leonardo not great in these games that we have been playing. Tried to chip it to him, cross him, play it on the floor and everything. It's just not working. As João Gomez always wins the ball into Ghana. And I think a goal will be enough to quantify not ruining it, because a draw against Brighton, like I said, will keep them above us. But if we are chasing Champions League spots ourselves and getting into those places with Viper across into Carlos Baleba, I was just about to say if we robbed the ball in that position, what a position it would be. But our runners in front of us not making many options. Leonardo not making one. Am I seriously going to have to rely upon Luca this season? Don't say I have to. With a fatigued squad, I noticed. We're a lot tireder than I thought. João Gomez does very well to actually block the passing lane. Please keep that in. Don't just tap it out, Branthwaite. Hoof it the other way. Brighton making a change also. Nothing from their corner. And Tyler Diblin, Lucha comes a little short. Need him to make runs in behind, potentially like Dewsbury Hall has here. I've gone to chip the keeper, and I don't know how it's worked. He's only scored 2 goals this season. I just thought with the initial chip, I'd try it again. We need to skip this replay, though, because we need to get the ball back in their net. What a finish, though, KDH, as now Minter coming forward. Brighton won't sit off us. They're trying to chip themselves, and Lucha is done better than Leonardo already, getting the assist for that cheeky goal. Audacious chip from Dewsbury Hall, who needs some support. He tried to get it around to Luca. Tyler Diblin and Sardella, they need to work better on this right-hand side, because that's where we're getting all the joy. And Dye on the left is a little more fatigued. Tyler Diblin, do not lose the ball in that position. He has done. Brighton, not a team you can give it away to, as Viper gives it out to this man on the wing. Still, it's Mitoma. I thought they'd make changes by now. Our DM's in each other's way, or Sardella's come a long way to actually try and make that tackle. We're into the last 10 minutes here. A crucial 10 minutes at the Amex. Branthwaite doing very well. And I smell a potential comeback. Gomez onto Dewsbury Hall. Luca on the middle. Or should I say Tyler Diblin on the wing, who gets it now. Luca, make a run into the middle, please. Or Tyler Diblin can run it himself. He's got the support through the middle of James Garner. A Toffees turnaround with a massive 3 points, which could, in January, or at least late December, have Everton in a Champions League position still.